It is a $62 prize pool for this best of 5. At the end of it, the winners can decide whether they want to try and double it up against a random opponent or elect to cash out and take their money. Round 1, Eugen Matzer versus Atow Zen starts now. Zen and Atow, a lot of people are theorizing may be a team for the RLCS, as Atow lobs it up high for Zen. Back down to Atow, straight to the nets. And on to their first goal. Eugen was randomly selected and Atow was randomly selected. Atow picked his teammate Zen to play with him. Eugen picked his teammate Matzer to play with him. And certainly Zen and Atow come in as the favorites. Are definitely high-level 2v2 players. I think both rated in the top 100. Zen and Atow probably don't need any introduction, but I just feel like I should let you guys know that Eugen and Matzer are very strong RLCS level pro players. As a member of the Gentlemates, you probably saw, but Matzer there as well. On the rise, a lot of people believing in Matzer's ability. We have gotten this bug that they still have yet to fix. Eugen on the board. We'll switch to Eugen POV as he takes this soft touch catch, resets, and dunks Zen into the top shelf. Eugen and Matzer did get on the board to show that they're capable players here in this matchup. Eugen trying to go for a corner double. Will get it denied. Matzer headed up the side wall. No teammate in sight. Gonna have to try and 1v2 Zen and Atow, who are taking it a little bit lightly. It felt like a follow-up was maybe gonna be possible, but an all-in dive. It's hard to blame him. Zen with the casual redirect as Atow sends this one off the side wall. I think it was probably already in, but Zen says, why not give it a little bit of extra flair? No, it's for sure already in. No one was going to be able to get back to stop it. But 128 km/h redirect. They still could not consistently get the amount of wins they need to. Oh my goodness, Atow trying the back wall. Wave dash pass to himself. Zen and Atow win game number 1 of this best of 5 for this duo. Zen passes to Atow, back to Zen, double, sends high. Both defenders are up to try and stop it. The player POV. So when it does switch to Atow, at least it feels good. Atow to Zen, and it will take them a little over a minute to get their first goal this time around. To try and cut off a pass or to challenge Atow, Eugen, interesting kickoff. Zen zap dashing after recovery to get to another 50. And Atow forces in a second goal. Maybe not quite rank 1, or did he also spend some time at rank 1? I know Daniel had spent some time at rank 1. As Atow misses this double and Zen hits a crossbar down. Eugen and Matzer so far have looked a little bit like spectators against these two. Look at Zen at the midfield. My goodness. What a pop from Zen. Such a quick read as Atow in the backfield sends it up. It almost feels like Zen was pre-jumped, but I do think it was a reaction. So this may just be the toughest team to beat. Zen going ISO against 2. I mean, again, I can't stress just how good Matzer and Eugen are at this game. And it looks like right now we have set up a completely unfair matchup. Trying to get control of the ball here. Not having much of a chance. Does make a save. Matzer does. As he keeps Atow's double outs. Are fully controlling this game right now. Eugen, musty double, leaves it to Matzer, and they're on the board. Minute 26. 4-1 is not an impossible lead to undo. Atow, did he just miss an open net after reading a kickoff? And instead it'll be Eugen and Matzer who score, because Eugen is not going to miss the crossbar down. Pass upfield, Eugen forced to pre-flip to not just let that ball roll straight to Atow, and that shot is not going to be strong enough with Atow just waiting in net. Zen is already off the ceiling for this pre-jump. Shot is on. It does get denied. If they can bring back this best of 5. Matzer flick. Denied. Sent off the backboard. Game number 2 easily to Zen and Atow. The question is, can Eugen and Matzer find a stride? And even just 30 seconds in, a couple more ball touches from Eugen and Matzer, but it's going to take a last-second save. Low boost now for Eugen. Eugen slammed to the back wall. Not a lot of teeth in any of Eugen and Matzer's attacks. Eugen gets it around Zen, so now it's a 2v1. He might even be able to sneak it in the first lead in the series for Eugen and Matzer. We'll come in game number 3, just over a minute in. Nice play around Zen. And able to sneak it bottom right. Can he create anything Doesn't seem like he can, as Zen Atow quickly on the counterattack. Atow will double it in and scores. These guys are so in sync on offense. Their ability to find each other. Sometimes they're taking shots themselves. Other times like this, Atow tees himself up for the double and drops it in. Yujin and Matzer often feel like they're having to panic flip to try and stop what these guys are creating. Zen almost scored by himself. Matzer last second will jump up and stop it because ultimately the shot was quite slow. 50 it is now. Zen sees a panicking blue player go flying by and able to cut off the plays early. Never really let them manifest. Yujin has a good chance right now, trying to pinch it with Zen to the backboard. Zen almost got another touch and might have even gotten Matzer. Yujin, nice interception. This one headed to the orange corner without any orange players around, and it gets put on target. Yujin will make it 2-1. Fake kickoff from Zen. Atow will find him, and Zen almost missed, but was able to follow it up. Just like that, it's equalized. Atow and Zen so good at finding each other upfield. And does get over the top of him. Now he will die. Atow, what a clean catch. One that a lot of people have given Zen the credit for him in the naming. Nice shot from Yujin. Actually a great pogo finish to try and slot it top right on an otherwise tough to shoot play. As Atow sends it upfield every time there is a orange player upfield, the ball is in the net. They're just elite at finding each other in the perfect spots. Zen has one pad to work with, but Atow dimed him up, and 129 km/h boomer in your net is just not going to be something that'll be easy to react to. And Yujin and Matzer find themselves down again. Needed to probably get that towards the net. Looks like Matzer was running ahead of the play for maybe a bump, but the touch was too heavy. Atow bumps Zen the first time ever. It looked like they were not in sync. Yujin, air dribble bump on one. Follow-up shot is in. Tie game. Yujin and Matzer. They might have earned themselves in overtime if they can hold on for 7 seconds, which was unthinkable for the first few minutes of this game. Fake kickoff worked so well for them last time. This time it's Atow up ahead. Zen in the back corner. Zen on his air dribble, challenge from Matzer in the air. This ball floating nicely for someone to pick up. It's going to be Atow who grabs it, and Yujin elects to ground it and secure his overtime into an air dribble intercepted. Matzer does not make contact on this 50. Atow has a reset, shooting against one defender in net, and we know how it goes when Atow gets to play one-on-one, and he essentially had one here with Yujin rotating late to the back wall. Reset shot gets past him dead center, and Atow and Zen clearly showing they're a dominant duo that can maybe make the run and make me poor if they want to keep doubling up. We double. They've already decided to double. Atow and Zen were able to beat Yujin and Matzer. They have decided to go again. They were randomly spinned to get Jorias, so they'll play against Jorias and Oli for $125. Best of 5 coming at you right now. If they win, they can decide to cash out or double up. Zen and Atow look to be a whole nother level, maybe multiple tiers above their opponents last time around. And Yujin and Matzer were ranked 20 and 23. They're ranked 20 and 23 in the top 100. These were not just, random top players. These were very good RLCS players and twos players that Zen and Atow just made look like they were far below them. And now we have Jorias and Oli, who are more of the same. I think Jorias and Oli probably a little bit more recognizable names that you guys have seen before in the top of RLCS, and CRR will be a team. I think these two Dutch players have long since wanted to be teammates and have been trying to find ways to do so. But unfortunately, they are right now just getting beat up by Zen and Atow, who pinches this one high on the wall, fakes like he's going to go off the wall, then catches and cuts it directly to the net. Yujin and Matzer did force an OT in Game 3, but even then it felt like Zen and Atow had pulled off the gas almost, as Atow will air dribble and Zen will follow it up 4-0 now. I don't care that the chat voted technically for you to do that. Just wait out the series. Atow is going to score again. 6-0 as Atow pops it up to Zen. Zen faked like he was going to go for it. Maybe got Jorias up and then left it off for Atow. What a great shot. I mean, so much, so many highlight clips are happening. Zen drops one towards the net. Jorias has to make a recovery save. At this point, they're playing for the next game, and there it is. Jorias on the board. Nobody scores on Jory's and only 7 times in a row. If they could even score again. Oh my goodness, Atow did not quite finish it off. Needed another dunk off the backboard. A goal here late from Zen and Atow, which seems like it's a tall order because Atow and Zen are pinching it in. Oh, not even close. 1,000 score for Jory's. Oh my goodness, 10 saves. In the 1v1 against Atow, never really got a chance to shoot because his first touch was too strong. Jory's only getting some shots on the board. Ranked 2 style level of kickoffs. Zen and Atow have been too quick. Zen, such great speed. They score here because Zen is so quick to the ball. And Oli thought he was going to have a chance to intercept. He did not. Wide open net left for Atow, and the lead is back in Zen and Atow's favor. Zen staring at one defender in net, but Oli swung so far wide. I kind of want to see Oli POV. We jump over to it. Didn't have any boost to work with, so maybe he was swinging out to pick up that pad, but he did not have time to pick up the pad. If he had picked up that back corner, might have been okay. Twos played a little bit faster pace than the ones we're used to. So maybe slowing down at the midfield. Gets it dunked away. Lobs it up to Atow, who has more boost than the screen suggests. Because otherwise it would make no sense for him to be up here on the side wall. But a perfect setup, and Atow slams it off the ceiling as he sees Jory's looking to challenge him. By Atow here does survive. Zen chasing down Oli. So only Mr. Jory is left, who had 10 saves in the last game. And is going to have 20 saves, it seems, if he wants to try and win this game. Zen and Atow, if they ever have possession, Atow on the back wall has a clean catch. And just like that, it's counterattack time. Atow, pogo shots. Jory's is there. Oli trying to musty out to Jory's. Doink on target. Zen keeps it out. Follow-up is in. So 2 straight goals. Certainly more than possible. Oli has done a great job. Oh, look at this 50. Jory's just fought through both Zen and Atow. Did Zen and Atow bump each other and then make way for this ball to go in? They did. Jory's hook shot to the corner. Demo, he thought he was leaving it for Oli. He left the ball. Zen, Demo mix up his speed into a musty to try and get Jory's off the back wall. Solid defense from Jory's. No surprise, as that one is not going to register a save. I don't know how many saves he's at now. Reset shot from Jory's, or double reset, I believe it was. Game number 2 goes to Zen and Atow, who are on an absolute tear, and it's hard to imagine them ever losing, because, you know, if it's something that only is wrong when you have the mod going, then who cares? Zen will instantly put Zen and Atow back up 1-0. Will we see a lead for Jory's and Oli ever? We did see a lead for Eugen and Matzer as Oli dives across to make a save. They were leading at 1-0 in game 3, I believe, as they search for ways to consistently score and defend against the Zen Atow team. As Zen ceiling pinch. Like Jory has thought about the redirect, but didn't do a good enough job of setting himself up. Atow passed down to Zen. Could Jory's have made a play on this ball, or was he worried about a bump attempt potentially? Because he had boost here, but Atow maybe flying in his way. Jory's doesn't get a meaningful clear. And it's 3-0 for Zen and Atow. But I did see them playing games against each other later in that day. Nice save from Atow off the posts. Pass to the ceiling. Zen doesn't go for the ball, instead goes for the bump. Oli is able to make the save. Wanted to launch it the length of the field. Oli. Pass over to Jory's. Zen up in the air with Jory's swinging back in net, low on boost. Oli all the way upfield. Zen is too strong as he muscles a 50, and Oli is out. I have to imagine that's the GG's call. Zen and Atow continue. It is the double or nothing contest going on right now if you haven't seen it. Now, the reality is I don't have 32 million. I have a little bit less than that, and I will stop them once they get my maximum prize pool. But for the first time ever, their opponents are not only not down 3-0, which they usually are within 30 seconds, but Tempo has even put his squad in the lead 1-0 in the opening of this best of 5. If you haven't watched the other entries of this Donathon run where Zen and Atow played against the other players, you cannot spoil the gameplay that was played in those matches. I highly recommend going back and watching those as well. And maybe they're in store for their toughest challenge yet. I mean, the faith in them feels like it has to transfer over series and opponents. Even though these guys are brand new and so far have put up a good fight, it just feels like it's going to take a miracle as Atow gets a reset and dunks Tempo here on the goal line. Atomic is around, but will be bugged on most of perspectives. It'll only be correct on one person's perspective. Whichever one is currently the one it's showing the boost of. Tempo double, just a bit too high. Atomic not there quick enough. Zen and reading someone's boost amount. Like, for example, I think Tempo might not have as much as it seems, although it does look like he has quite a bit. Atow air dribble. Bumping beats two. Tempo drops the might faults, and maybe because he felt like his initial challenge needed to be better and give Atomic a chance. He did force Atow to use the reset, but Atow still got around the ball. Atow and Zen both in net. It'll be Atow who gets credited for the save as Zen has now pre-jumped. Tempo goes low. Look at this mix-up from Tempo. As Zen is ready for a quick shot, you see him prepping up in the air and switching to the back wall. Tempo says, I'm not going back wall if you're going to go high. I will drop it to the ground and keep it down there. Are currently on the 2's ranked grind and proving to be tough matches in 2v2 ranked. Tempo is not a bad rank at all, but is he high enough to compete with these guys? Atomic, I'm not sure where he is because I didn't know he was going to be a teammate till the last seconds. But he is normally a very good 2's player, but it's not going to matter when Zen is making plays like this. There has not been a tie game down to this late in game number 1 at all against any of the other opponents, but Zen sees a moment to strike with a full field pinch. Tempo on 0 seconds. Can he be a hero? Gets bumped off the ball. Zen sends it to the ground, and we get the same result we're used to. Zen and Atow with their 7th straight win in this 3rd best of 5. As Tempo 50s and pops this ball up. He is fortunate that Atow missed there. That is not a shot that Atow has been missing. Seem to be well aware of when there's a real threat on their net and when there isn't. Atow is always a threat on your net. Nice save from Tempo. Zen should have an easy follow-up, though, and he does put it perfectly off the post and in. I don't think he needed to, but he did. What a save from Tempo. A ridiculous read, but unfortunately, not likely that he makes a meaningful save that actually clears the ball to make it 1-0. Kickoff fake from Atow and Zen. Zen reset pass to himself off the ceiling, goes low, and almost led to a 50 that had Atomic own goaling. Swinging across the net to get a save. Pass upfield. Can Tempo go to work against Zen in net? We saw him score earlier. This time not going to be as successful. Atomic put a really soft shot on target for the blue team, except Zen just picked up 100, and so he's going to be just fine. Another great save from Tempo. As different as this series seems, it is just still a lead for Zen and Atow. And if nothing changes, they're more than happy to win 1-0 as Zen is going to fake out Tempo. Tempo's made a lot of great plays. He drops on my fault. He has been defending spectacularly, but Zen has had enough of it, so he's just not going to shoot. He's going to wait until Zen finally jumps, or sorry, until Tempo finally jumps. Often having first possessions. Tempo quicker than Atow expected. That wave dash is not going to do much, though, as he fell too far away from the ball. What a bump from Zen on the back wall. Atow, how did he find the perfect way to score this? I think this could have been saved if he just puts a standard shot in the bottom right. Tempo was recovering, but no, he puts it off the post into the other one. He has looked mechy at times, but no goals to show for it. Atomic will take a shot in the corner. Atomic duel, maybe it was game 1 because game 2 was a blowout. And we'll head to a new server for game number 3. For the first 2 minutes, have to do more than just not get scored on. Atow wanted a bump. Zen goes low 50 and manages to intercept it. Tempo maybe has a redirect to the nets, but he missed wide. Atow's last back is already up and it doesn't matter. Or sorry, maybe it was Zen, because Zen is here catching the ball. Atomic, really quick dribble. You can see him using the empty jump to actually push himself forward and make it go faster. Nice bump from Atomic onto Atow, but it's Zen and Atow you're playing against. Atomic trying to chase from behind Zen to make sure this dribble stops early, and he does just that. 0-0 game. One of the best fights for the opponents. Atow doesn't have to do it himself. He could leave it off for a teammate, but Zen never interested in even going for it. Wave dash off the ceiling. Shot from Atow forces a double save. Impressive play considering how low boost Atow was. The bump will secure the first goal. Tempo dropping a lot of my faults. He felt like he should have intercepted that there. He left Atomic to try and make a save, and Zen picks him off. Trying to bring it out to the midfield. Might have just set Tempo up the other way, who has a bit of boost left over. Atow missed his redirection. So the ball falls dangerously in front of the nets. Atomic in too deep. Couldn't find an angle on the back wall. Zen will flick it. Tempo. A save that Atomic cleans up. 20 seconds left to go. Atomic catching and dribbling. Intercepted. Tempo has the beat. Pass to himself. Can Zen get taken out of the picture? He can! So the net is open. And Tempo will equalize 1-1 at 11 seconds. A bump play for you and a bump play for them. As Tempo trying to get the first game off of Atow and Zen. Will it go to overtime? Or could it end here in regulation? Atow in control of the ball. Nobody's challenging him. What's going on? Why let Atow have the ball for free? Tempo goes into the back corner. Atow wave dash catch, and Tempo, instead of diving on him, was just relying on his 1v1 defense. He got caught on the post. Are only equal for mere seconds before they take back the lead. 5 seconds left for Tempo. Can he make a play happen on 0? That's going to hit ground. Atow and Zen haven't dropped a series, haven't dropped a game. As they're 9-0, and they've already decided to double. And so far, they're not slowing down. They haven't lost to anybody. After the end of each round, they can choose whether or not to double up their money and go again against a random opponent, or cash out. So far, there have been no cashing out and no losing in sight. 9 straight game wins, and now they're going for double or nothing against Vatira and Nupo. Because we're in the $500, we're into the big matches. They're best of 7s now. So Vatira, who has selected Nupo as his teammate, against Zen and Atow, coming at you for $500 for the duo on the street. And I'm lagging. But we're back. Alias 710, maybe the 19 months prime. Zen and Atow have looked so good against their opponents. They have been scoring within seconds every single round and putting themselves out of reach of being caught up to a better connection to the game. Zen and Atow scoring quickly off the kickoff. Been spectating and had this kind of issue. That miss was intentional as Zen goes for a double and gets it denied by Nupo. Nupo, maybe a chance to score there. Missed just wide. Atow and Zen low on boost. 44 seconds. Or 30 seconds, I should say. Game number 2. Zen and Atow versus Vatira and Nupo. 10 straight game wins now for Zen and Atow. I don't expect them to be so comfortable as to feel like they can do that here in this series. As Zen goes in and out to make a save. Nupo boomed one top shelf. But Zen will prevent it from going in. A fake! And it's not a DC fake, it's a real one. And it's not intentional. I say fake. That's what I say when I'm playing ranked myself and someone just misses. But clearly, I mean, I guess, no, I take that back. Zen did fake him. Forces him to watch that challenge and ultimately leaves the ball for free for his teammates. And now Nupo and Vatira finding a passing play. A shot attempt that could bring them just a little bit closer to scoring, even though they didn't connect. Atow's dead. Zen is on the ground. Nice backflip from Zen. He had just gone off of the back wall. Soft touch into reset. Has Zen running upfield. Ball wasn't headed on target, so even if the demo had connected, I don't think it would have been a goal. Oh, the fake from Atow. He can't fake twice. Tap into the corner. Aggression from Vatira. Hard to blame him as they search for the answer. Search for the one goal they couldn't find for many minutes. Their 11th 2v2 victory in a row. Spanning a ton of high-level 2v2 European players, and now for RLCS 2v2. 2v2 is getting added to their RLCS. In case you haven't been paying attention to your Rocket League news, we had 1v1 last season for the first time. We still have it, but we have 2v2 as well, and you might be looking at your favorites to be champions in Zen and Atow versus Vatira and Nupo. Vatira will put in a kickoff goal to give them the first lead. Zen flick to the backboard. Both defenders were up, and I would say it's 50-50. I really don't have a good answer. You know, you might think, oh, of course they must be, or no, they never do, but I think some players do it different ways. 1-1 now as Atow starts to dribble from the back wall. 11 boosts left over. Will Pogo past Nupo, pop it to the top of the nets. And even though it doesn't go in, it's maybe a nice setup. Great save from Vatira. The 2 saves gets credit for is not on the goal line, but it's not to say he can't make saves when he needs to as well. This is not a great save for the blue team, but Nupo felt like he had to go over the top of the Zen challenge and couldn't keep the ball low enough. Atow has a 1v1. 360 into a 50. Chips it around Nupo and can't quite finish it. Electing to leave the play, swing back around to the midfield as Zen gets multiple resets and could not dunk it through both players like this Belgian and French player are. Zen off the backboard to Atow, trying to play it slow, see if he can get somebody to overreact and miss. But the patient defense works for a moment until Nupo can't make the save off the back wall. And Atow will reset it over the top of him. Nupo starting from so high up. Felt like he had to use his jump, I think, to push himself even further down, but passing to himself. But ends up taking it straight into a 50, and the Saudi 50 dropped it perfectly to his teammate. Zen has just Nupo in net. If he goes quickly, and he 360s and forces it in. Faking the flick this whole way down. Nupo feels like he has to respect it, and by the time he realizes Zen isn't shooting, he still has his flip to dunk this one in and prevent the save. Dropping the ball to Nupo, who's trying to beat everybody. He has done a pretty good job of getting this ball in midfield and now chasing off the final defender. Can Vatira walk it in? Atow recovers from behind the play. Nupo and Vatira have to score. Atow seems to have control of the ball. Vatira tried a risky challenge to dunk. Nupo is going to find this high corner. Vatira tried to chain dash on the wall to get back down in order to not let it hit the ground, but it does. Can Vatira and Nupo get a game off of the guys who have not dropped one yet? After they've done that at least once, then maybe they can start thinking about coming back in the series as well. Vatira might have just created an opportunity for Nupo to score. Vatira pre-jumping Zen, forcing him back down to the ground. But Zen has been so good at recovering and getting quick touches, something that he's done multiple times. And when it seems like he's lost the ball, forced to the ground, forced to get rid of it, there's been a quick follow-up challenge by Vatira and Nupo, and yet still Zen gets one more. He recovers, jumps, and pops the ball slightly, and it's enough to throw off the other team. Zen now passes to the ceiling. Atow fake, grabs the reset, goes over the top of Nupo. Did not go high because he had been pre-jumped, and instead Atow, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. He's borderline in free play. This is Vatira and Nupo we're talking about. But everything seems to go his way. Up to the side wall, quickly jumps off. He baited Nupo in as he went to the side wall, making him think like he could get there in time. But ultimately, after he jumps, the way these guys have played so far, feels like the game is slowing down, but in a way that is very detrimental to Vatira and Nupo because they need goals. Vatira drops a what a save as Atow had a great recovery. He'll even drop the thanks in chat when he has a moment. Atow steal this one away. Backboard double, Nupo prevents it, and Vatira actually clips a bump. It's not looking like a scoring chance is about to be created here unless Nupo versus Atow in a 1v1 can work out. 30 seconds, and it's going to need a miracle. And you know what? Nupo and Vatira both know it because they both pre-jumped as Zen looked to clear this one away, and instead Atow doubles it in. 3-0 with 25 seconds left to go. The all-in play from Vatira and Nupo, the desperation in an attempt to get something on the board. Further deficits. Atow has the golden fennec right now. Zen has the golden fennec every touch. Just to be clear, they could cash out now with $500 and call it a day. Or they can spin for a random opponent and play for 1,000. And they've already decided to double. I don't know why you ever wouldn't pick to double. Chat, here we go. Zen and Atow look to continue their run against a duo that is a very... It took 3 seconds. Zen and Atow are in the lead once again on a good kickoff. Let me attempt to hype up their current victims. Oski and Toxic. Very high level 2v2 players who in the last offseason played in some 2v2 tournaments called Arm the Rebels. There was a 2v2 crew battles that I believe they got second in, but also a 2v2 tournament containing all your favorite players. The question is, can anybody beat this Zen and Atow duo, which has looked so incredibly untouchable by even the best of best players? And I don't know if these other people who play against them. As he falls off the ceiling, Oski is going to make contact this time. Toxic passing to himself. Can he double this in? Oh my goodness. That would have been a nice way, as a 50 is going to bring this ball into a dangerous position for Zen and Atow. The double from Oski is off targets a game at all during any of the matches. We're in a best of 7 today. They seem to be running up this scoreline as Atow passes to himself off the ceiling. He has been cooking all tournament long, all competition long. The fact that this is $1,000. This is level 5. Oh my goodness, while I'm typing that, I'm pretty sure I saw multiple resets, but still way high over the nets. Atow out of boost on the air dribble, but it's not going to matter because he beat the defenders. And it will be a third goal for Zen and Atow. Both players jump, but neither one able to meaningfully stop him. And maybe I never had it. Either way, Oski and Toxic demo. I think that net is open now. So Oski and Toxic, as both these guys mix up the kickoff. Zen floating behind the ball, wants a ground double. We haven't seen anything too crazy from them just yet. Toxic soft touch, air dribble, 50, keeps it on the goal line. Side flipping it to try and get it around Atow. Not able to create anything off the back wall. Dunk. There's no Toxic alive to come back and play it, but he does respawn to make the save. Let in a goal within seconds that I'm sure they wish they had back, because since then, it has been a very equal match. Nice 50 from Oski. Toxic can't get around Atow. Dealing with a fake challenge from Atow. Drops it down to Toxic to pinch, or really, maybe they're hoping for a pinch, because hard to imagine how they escape this and turn into a scoring opportunity. Oski's going to outplay his teammates, and Zen and Atow are going to secure game number 1. Zen and Atow have not lost a game, and it doesn't seem like they plan on doing it anytime soon. Looking to attack again on offense, where they found themselves most of the time against every opponent they've played against. Oski, big dunk, but not in, out of his own back corner. Zen looking to break up the play. Does just that, as Toxic will find Oski, but Atow, what a recovery on that save. So he'll back pass it again for another Oski dribble. Zen is winning it out on the ground. I think he missed a dash based on what I just saw. 50, Atow is there. In the first minute 30 of game number 2, Zen's going to clear this one out. Toxic is going to be forced into the air to make the save, but to stop Atow's play. Toxic off the ceiling, has to leave it. Both players leave it. Now it is Oski versus Atow. And Oski gets it over the top. Can he get the angle? Drops it straight down, and Toxic is the only one around. Did Toxic pick up a bump somewhere? Yes, he did. I switched to Toxic POV. I was wondering why Zen was nowhere to be found, and the reason why is because Toxic was off bumping him. Atow, pave dash into the ceiling, off the ball, double is in! How does he do this every time? It felt like defenders were in nets, but he finds a creative way to score. Oski not able to get the touch. Atow's there to dunk it, and he gets the tight angle to make it 1-1. Kickoff into the back corner for Zen. Zen sends it straight to the ground. What a catch from Oski, so clean. Even Atow and Zen instantly drop him the nice one, because they're impressed with how quickly he was able to catch that and just glued it to his car, falling from the ceiling as well. Toxic getting no touch there on the back wall. Did pick up a demo, which leaves Oski in a 1v1. Zen got the reset and rolled it too high. Put it into the crossbar and out. They are 50 seconds away from doing what absolutely no other duo has been able to do. And did I just jinx them? Because this goal line 50 is looking dangerous. Pinches away. Atow, air dribble bump on the first defender. Oski gets around it. That is that first man defense that is going to get this team a win. Toxic is staring at a wide open net. He's not missing that. 3-1 in this series. Unless Atow misses high. Oh, Oski and Toxic both panic. Oh, no! The kickoff goes in favor of Zen and Atow. So close to the finish line. Oski and Toxic panic jump. Does it happen again? That one took way less than 19 seconds. If this was an intentional kickoff loss, I have to wonder, where is the blue team? Who thought they were going to get something out of this? Make the save, kill the time, and a game has been won. No longer are Zen and Atow perfectly undefeated. Even if they find a way to get this ball in the nets, they will have dropped the game. And they really will. It is going to be a 1-goal game. Will end up mattering in the long run. What really matters is who wins the best of 7. Oski and Toxic looking to try and get a run of their own started. Empty my bank account in this double or nothing challenge. As Oski slams it crossbar down. Able to pass off the back wall. Atow denies the Oski follow-up. You'll see players launch the ball away just to buy themselves a bit of time. In general, you don't want to do that. Keep possession as best as possible. I've never seen Zen and Atow in panic mode ever. Leaving this one off for Atow, who didn't have a ton of boost to work with. He'll go top shelf shot. Oski slams it into the crossbar, flicks it away. Toxic loves himself a 1v1. Atow can't get around Oski. Zen forced to make a save here. This one's awkward, but handled easily. Demo now, and another demo. My goodness, Oski! He got them both. It felt like an easy save for Atow after the first, but Oski finds a way. Oh, sorry, Toxic got the first one. I shouldn't give Oski the credit for the first demo. Toxic cleared out the first. Oski cleared out the second. Toxic gets around it. The air dribble bump defense from both sides has looked strong. I say that while Atow gets bumped. Oski's there to 50 Atow, though, when it comes time, and now it's Oski versus Zen in net. Nice save. He waited until the very last second to turn his car and land. Oski, what a save. Toxic around with 0 boost to tap it out for now. What is Atow cooking up here? Oh my goodness, Atow. Is there any finish from his teammate? No. Despite the creativity on offense, Oski and Toxic stay alive. They're both up, and Zen will bounce it off the ground to get the first for his duo. Reset on the ball. Toxic went high, expecting the quick shots. And a little side flip ground pinch. Definitely creative on the kickoff, and it's led to a lot of great goals in this series so far. Zen has the resets over the top of Oski. Toxic makes the first save. No way he makes the next one. Zen and Atow not going down in any game so easy whenever possible, as these two guys whiff past each other in one of the highest level 2s lobbies you'll ever see. Oski trying to make something happen all alone. Atow taps it away. Low boost for the blue team as Toxic on 0 can't make anything happen here either. Are we headed to overtime? As this series will teeter one way or the other after this one. Oski cheating up on the kickoff, and just like that, within 4 seconds, it's nothing you haven't seen before in 2v2. Zen deciding to leave. Oski cheating up, and a big win from Toxic. Zen cannot turn and dive in time, and Oski and Toxic up 2-1 against the team that nobody could scratch. Toxic and Oski seem to default to having Oski upfield and having him do all the initial challenges, trying to get the best wins he can and see what Toxic can clean up afterwards. In this case, Toxic forces Zen up, and Zen gets a nice reset. Toxic trying to get back and help out, but the dunk onto Oski means Zen and Atow are up 1-0. Zen got a demo onto Oski, which means Toxic is alone for now, but it's not going to be a problem. In fact, they almost caught Zen creeping in too close with everybody low on boost. What is that redirect from Atow? Zen is already up, trying to intercept this pass, and Oski actually found a way around it. Toxic now chasing Atow down. He dodges the bump, but does not save the goal. Oski wants a demo bad. He's sniffing it to send Zen away, but it's going to just still be Toxic against 2 defenders now. The feels backflip from Zen is on account of the fact they know Oski's nowhere around to stay in control of this ball. Reset on the end of his boost. Oski will lob it forward. Nobody seems like they have any boost. Wait a second. This ball is in. I did not expect it to be in, but I guess everyone was starved out enough that it's going to bounce all the way into the net. Atow had nothing left over. Leaving the ball for Atow, who decides not to shoot, instead go back wall. Oski maybe going to bump. Toxic just going to dunk Zen as the last back. Atow was looking to be aggressive. Zen, soft touch to himself into a power shot. Could it be coming home? We'll have to see. Toxic picking up a demo as he side flip wave dashes. 2 minutes left. It's tons of time for Zen and Atow, who got 2 goals with about 30 seconds left. Zen looking to try and go solo. Can't finish it off. Atow, that seemed like a dangerous dunk, but maybe he knew that was going back wall and not in the net. Gets the ball taken away clean after 1 touch. But Oski finds himself dribbling. Toxic wants a bump. Atow not worried about it. Now they're out running ahead. And because Toxic went for the demo, they're going to get scored on. Zen sends us to the ceiling and will just shoot off of it. Missed high. Atow maybe electing to not. Much rather have Zen stay in control. Zen now air dribble. He wants a 50. Can he dunk it in? Toxic keeps it out. Oski wants to snag the boost. He has to panic to recover to help. It's Zen and Atow versus a low boost Toxic and an Oski who's on the back wall. Atow tried to place it. Toxic got around it. Oski steals this away. Sends it rolling to the back wall. Bump onto Atow, so it's going to fall in front of the net. No one can finish it, though. 6 seconds left to go. Toxic puts it towards targets. Is this going to roll up? It will. Last second for Zen. Can he clutch it up? Oski and Toxic both in net. Pass to his teammate. Atow cannot get it in the air. It was absolutely a goal if there was just a couple more seconds on the clock. But Oski and Toxic are now one game away from taking down Zen and Atow. Game 5. Oski and Toxic have taken over after Zen and Atow won their 14th straight game of 2v2. They're now on an unthinkable 3-game losing streak. Was the mental shattered after a single loss you like better? Are looking like the formidable duo who just might do it. Atow will cut off this shot attempt. The first time Oski's going to slow it down, not take the ball into the air where Atow was prepped. Instead, go to the ground for a flick. Atow handles it well, and the long shot is in! Oski switched up the pace. Thought that was the right answer, but maybe everyone was speeding for a reason, because as soon as he slowed it down, Atow can find Zen, and Toxic is in too deep. It's 1-0 for Zen and Atow. Knows how he has to take it, but it drops down to the control of Zen, who will air dribble past one. Can he still double it in? He will! 50'd off the ball, it would seem, but all according to Zen's plan, if you ask him. Gets bumped back and says, thanks for doing the rotation for me. I'm still finding the dunk at the midfield as Toxic sends this one away. Zen seems to just want to bait in a 50 and almost got beat. Oski almost created a goal, but they do survive as Oski is over one of the midfield and resets around the other. Toxic demoed Atow. I don't think Atow was close enough to make a play after Oski went up. Maybe he could have gotten back in time. It's not going to matter because he gets taken off the map by Toxic. Zen catch from the back wall, air dribble. Reset. Atow just laying in wait. He's going to have the follow-up to whatever happens here. Toxic wave dash pass to himself, has the reset, backflip it to another reset. Atow makes the first save, drops it to Zen. Now Toxic is actually helping him save it as well as they carry it out. It's into the back corner for Oski. You let Oski get going too much, and he's a nightmare, it would seem. So Zen is up there early to cut him off. Oski's shot into Atow, 50 feet away. Toxic slowing down the pace, hoping for an infield pass. Atow's not going to have any of that. Resets, not much comes of it. Toxic upfield. Oh my goodness, Toxic! He will tie it up. He caught the ball upfield with the resets and turned it into some magic. As he flips this, oh my goodness, that shot is so strong. Atow in and out, makes the first save. Follow up is crossbar. Now what a quick read from Zen. And now they're on the counterattack. Oski out of position. Zen puts it in the net. Zen and Atow will take the lead with an insane read from Zen on this crossbar down. Not a blink of an eye before that ball sends straight down, and he knows exactly what to do. Powers it away and catches Oski out of position. 31 seconds now. Atow leaving the ball midfield. A bump. Zen, I thought he just had a shot. He slowed it down. Clearly he did not think that there was an open shot available. 21 seconds left to go. There it is. The secured goal. Zen and Atow stay alive. Second game win for them as we're at least headed to game 6 in this best of 7. Has momentum shifted back? It wasn't until the final moments that it truly was secured. As Oski gets the first air dribble of this game. Atow looking at a wide open net here. 1-0. Are we back to business as usual? Drops it off to Zen. Zen has 2 defenders in nets. Will wave dash land it. Toxic is a bit awkward. Atow will tap it around him, and Zen will finish it off. Especially with them on low boost. Zen dunk. Is that in? It does force a save out of Toxic. Zen picks up a demo, so Atow now has 1 defender for now. Nice save from Toxic. Low boost for the orange team. Low boost for really everyone. If you look at the overlay, that actually has full team boost above the team names. Now has to do a lot of hard work. Oski dropped the ball off with low. And Zen able to steal this corner. So still, the orange team stuck in net for so long. Toxic actually did have boost this time, but couldn't stop them. Are we headed to game 7? I mean, this is what we experienced for 14 straight games earlier. Just Zen and Atow walking in the park to their victory. Atow passing this one out to midfield. Toxic just tries to shoot, or actually maybe just intentionally misses. Going off the back wall. Atow was in nets with pads to work with to try and make a save. And if he had put it top corner, maybe Atow makes the save on the first attempt. But because he goes backboard and double, Toxic picks up a demo. Zen, the only player alive for the blue team, has no trouble intercepting this pass. Oski forces this down, and Toxic will shoot on the ground. A dive in from a last back of Atow. Maybe he's expecting Zen to be able to respawn and make a play, but Zen cannot. For Zen and Atow, a big 3-goal run. It's getting dwindled away. Zen, a rare miss. This does not happen very often in this lobby with anybody, but there's really no way to explain it other than Zen just missing on the back wall. Do not expect to see that from him. Has boosts in the attack. Zen just got recently demoed, so I do not believe he'll be around. This pinch might be in. It's off the post and out. Toxic, fairly low boost for both squads as they swing around and pick some up. Long shot. Zen does not get a connection, but it's okay. It was off targets. We'll start again from the sidewall. Toxic down to the ground. Zen gets around one. Rolls one at Oski. He is awkward on the side flip. Makes the first save and the second. Toxic has to clear it out. Got overexcited. Toxic slow playing in order to not get his dribble at the same exact time that Atow expected it. Zen, what a great save to fall down and make it as this clock is winding down. Oski infield pass. Atow breaks it up before Toxic can shoot, and the ball will be in the air. This one is in front of the orange net. Toxic clears it out. Zen is going to try and keep it up, and on the attack, he's got it around Oski. Toxic needs to recover. Is Atow there to finish it? Toxic makes the save, and Zen will likely no, he's not going to let it hit the ground. He feels good about his situation. No, he does hit the ground. Overtime in game number 6. Zen and Atow need a goal to stay alive. Toxic and Oski. And what is the greatest 2v2 run? We've seen it a bit. If they can get one more goal in this game into the orange corner. Toxic slowing the game down. Zen and Atow far away. Toxic in no rush. Fake challenge does get Toxic to flick it up in the air. Oski now with the ball. Zen in net. Reset shot is over the top. Double is in! Oski, you cannot leave him alone with the ball. And he gets his opportunity to finish the series over the top of Zen and doubles the last touch in. Oski and Toxic winning game 7 and end the Zen and Atow run.